Hi everyone, Kristi McFadden here, certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. I'm here today to talk to you guys about your lean and green meals that you use with the 5-in-1 program. Now keep in mind, the 5-in-1 program is designed specifically for certain people. So if you have health parameters that don't allow you to use the 5-in-1 program, these lean and green meals are still great options, but you may need to customize them to fit the program that you're doing, whether that's the Nursing Mothers plan, the Diabetic Plan, 4-in-2 program, etc. So please talk with your health coach and make sure that you guys have the right information for the program that you're on. Today, I want to share with you guys a little bit of information about how to make lean and greens quick, simple, and easy. You know, sometimes it seems a bit overwhelming. So for me, quick and easy means something I can put together in under 30 minutes. And sometimes that requires a little bit of prep work on my part every week. But for the most part, most of the meals I'm going to show you right now are pretty simple and easy to do. One big thing I want to point out before I talk about the meals specifically is that you guys want to make sure that you're weighing your foods after they have been cooked. So this little guy right here, my kitchen scale, is kind of like my best friend on program. And the reason is I'm able to measure things out once they're cooked and make sure I'm actually getting the right amount. There's also a chart you can use for weighing vegetables. So if you don't have measuring cups or for whatever reason you're interested, you can actually weigh your vegetables too to make sure you're getting the right amount of vegetables. One key point with your scales, if you don't have a digital scale, make sure that you always set your analog scale to 0 after you put your plate on it. Don't weigh your meat with your plate and forget to take into account the weight of the plate. So today, I want to talk about different types of meats that we have and how to make a quick meal with them. So the first one I want to talk about is chicken breast. So I'm going to tip this down so you guys can see a couple different meals sitting out here. Here is chicken breast on a plate with green beans. This is actually a full lean and green meal. The chicken breast is 6 ounces, which I pre-cooked and then weighed. And on this side, I have a cup and a half of cooked green beans. Do you guys recognize what's missing with this meal? If you guessed healthy fat, you're correct. This is a 6-ounce meat. Chicken breasts require 1 healthy fat. So quick and easy healthy fat is something like this, adding 5 black olives. Well, maybe you're not a fan of olives, and that's okay because not everybody is. So another option for you is to drizzle a little bit of oil, like extra virgin olive oil on top of your green beans, and maybe season your green beans with a little bit of salt and pepper, or drizzle it on and saute it together with the green beans so that your chicken and your green beans both have a little bit of the oil on there. Another option would be to use a approved salad dressing for a topping. And so there's a couple other ways, of course, that you guys can get your healthy fats in. They're listed in the condiment guide. So if you don't have a copy of the condiment guide, I recommend that you talk to your coach about that and make sure that you keep that condiment guide handy. So quick and easy chicken breast and green beans. To make this quick, what I did was I spent one day and I cooked up about 40 ounces of chicken breast. And after it was cooked, I individually weighed each serving size out and pre-bagged it into a 6-ounce bag. So all I had to do was pull it out of my freezer and pop it into the microwave, or actually with this, I used a pan and cooked it up, warmed it up. It took me about 10 minutes. The green beans I steamed, and they took about 10 minutes. So I put them in together, and by the time both of them were done, my meal was about 15 minutes to cook. Another quick meal that I like to do is breakfast for dinner, but I also like breakfast on Saturdays. And so sometimes I would have my lean and greens on a Saturday instead of on a nighttime, a dinner time meal. This is 3 whole eggs with 1 cup of green, red, and yellow bell peppers and half a cup of spinach. Because I used whole eggs, I did not use any healthy fats. Whole eggs fall in the 5-ounce category. You're allowed to have whole eggs 1 time in the week. After that, you should use egg beaters, which are egg whites, if you want to have eggs during the week. So for this, because I couldn't use a healthy fat, what I did was I cooked my bell peppers and my spinach in the pan with water, and I used the excess water to help keep my eggs from coating the pan. So after the meat or the vegetables were cooked, I topped them with the eggs and just kind of stir-fried them almost till the eggs were cooked. I really like my eggs a little spicy, so one of my favorite condiments to use is Moore's buffalo wing sauce. 1 teaspoon is a condiment serving. It has 0 carbohydrates and only 15 calories. So I can use 1 teaspoon of this and it counts as a condiment. And that really is pretty much enough to make my, my eggs have just enough seasoning to really enjoy it. And sometimes I'll also add crushed red peppers. Remember, you can have 3 condiments in a day. Now here I have salmon. I like to try to have fish once a week if I can, sometimes twice. Salmon's a really delicious and high in healthy fat fish, so it's in the 5-ounce category. So after cooking my salmon, you can see where I had to cut it apart to get just 5 ounces. But you can also see it's a lot of fish. I mean, if I hold my hand next to it, it's enough to fill the entire palm of my hand. To go with salmon, I really like asparagus, but I don't like cooking asparagus. It takes forever. So one of my favorite things to buy are steamers. These are quick and easy. You stick them in the microwave and it steams it for you. I like to keep these on hand for days when I'm super busy and I don't have time to cut up my vegetables and cook them, because in about 4 minutes, my asparagus was completely done. And as you can see, there's still some left inside. So this is an entire 1.5 cup serving of asparagus. And it's enough that I have my whole Lean Green covered. And my fish only took 15 minutes under the broiler. So this right here was a 15-minute meal, which of course, like I said, I like fast and easy. So I appreciate 15-minute meals. Another thing I like to do, especially in the winter, is make soups. And this is a pork and broccoli soup. And what I did was I cooked pork tenderloin, and I separated it out into 5-ounce servings. I took the pork tenderloin and dropped it into 2 cups of water, and I added 1/2 of a bouillon cube for seasoning. I added frozen broccoli to the pot and brought it all to a boil until the meat was cooked and the broccoli was soft. So I have 1.5 cups of broccoli, I have my soup base, and I have my pork. This is an entire Lean and Green meal. No healthy fat needed since I'm using pork tenderloin, and that's in the 5-ounce category. So this was also a very quick meal. But you could do the same meal using chicken breast. You just need to make sure you add 1 healthy fat to your meal. Maybe avocado on top or a little bit of oil. So those are options. I also really like salad. So I don't have any meat on this plate because I'm going to use my chicken breast as the example. But chicken salad is one of my favorite types of salads to do during the summertime. So here I have my 6 ounces of chicken. I have my salad. I have 1 full cup of salad and 1 cup of tomatoes. So you can spread it out. I could add to this still, I'm sorry, I have 1/2 cup of tomatoes. And then you can add cucumbers, or I actually really like fresh zucchini. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out 1/2 cup just to make sure I'm getting enough. And I'm just going to top my salad with that. So this is a full Lean and Green, and for my healthy fat, I'm just going to use 5 olives. Now again, if you don't like olives, another option is oil and vinegar. So you could do balsamic vinegar with extra virgin olive oil, or you could do an approved salad dressing. But this is very, very fast, quick, and easy. One of the big things I found with program is that the quicker and easier you can make your Lean and Green meal, the easier it is for you to focus on yourself and taking care of your food. It's also easier for you to feed your family. If you're planning ahead and you know what you're going to have for your Lean and Green meal, you can incorporate that for all the people in your family. So it's really easy to do. I really highly recommend, for tips, that you take a day to pre-cook meats. Whether you have ground beef on hand, ground pork, ground chicken, and you want to make homemade meatballs with those, you can roll them up, cook them, and then weigh them out to your 5, 6, or 7 ounces and stick them in the freezer. Cook up your chicken, cook up your salmon. I wouldn't recommend the salmon frozen. I'd recommend cooking that and having it for dinner each night. But you can saute it to make it reheated. You just want to use fish within a few days of cooking it. But your meats in general, like your steaks, your pork chops, and your chicken, you can use all of those pre-cooked, and it makes your meals so much faster and so much easier. I know it seems overwhelming sometimes to figure out which vegetables to use and which meats to use. So I recommend that you pay attention to your quick start guide. All the tips, all the information is right in there for you. Make a list on your fridge of foods you like, and make a list in your grocery list of things that you can keep on hand, like frozen cauliflower or frozen broccoli, so that you can quickly steam those up and have vegetables ready to go. So as you can see, making the Lean and Green is really simple, and you have a variety of things you can pick from. It's just a matter of stocking your house right and being ready to maybe pre-cook a little bit one day so that you can save yourself time during the week. Now, there's lots of other options out there for lean and greens, and I'm hoping to come back and give you guys some more tips another time. But for today, I just wanted to let you guys know that no matter what you're doing, as long as you're paying attention, measuring and weighing and getting those healthy fats in, you're going to find success on program if you stick to it. So just keep up the good work and come back with questions, and please feel free to post recipe ideas and get them approved through nutrition support. Talk to you guys later.